Now let's get to new developments this hour. We now know why one of the suspects in the shooting of a 3-year-old came forward. Channel 2's Audrey Washington live now in DeKalb County for us. And Audrey, 2 men, also a minor, charged here, but the judge let one of them out on bond.
Right, that means the third suspect was granted bond here inside of court. Now we know more about the shooting itself and about that 3-year-old victim.
You have 2 counts of aggravated assault, and you have 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
The charges are serious. 3 suspects, 2 under the age of 22 and 1 just a minor, all accused of shooting a 3-year-old boy.
You as well are here on case 26-000886.
20-year-old Jonathan Tate, 21-year-old Julius Hughes, and the third suspect went before a magistrate judge in DeKalb County on Tuesday. During the virtual court appearance, the state prosecutor said the shooting on North Stone Mountain Lithonia Road on Sunday stemmed from an argument between the 3 suspects and another person.
One of the defendants had a problem with somebody at the gas station, so he went and picked up the other 2, and they arrived and opened fire.
DeKalb County police said one of the bullets hit the 3-year-old boy in the head as he sat strapped in a car seat at a traffic light. His condition is critical.
He may not survive.
This incident was reckless, senseless, and completely unacceptable.
As for the case itself, the state prosecutor said one of the suspects talked with police.
Was able to tell the officers what took place when he learned of the injury to the 3-year-old.
The state laid out both Tate and the teen suspect's violent criminal histories. The judge denied bond for both, but the judge granted bond for Julius Hughes, citing no criminal past.
Welcome to the video, everyone. This is Justin Paul. Very terrible news coming out of Lithonia, Georgia, and DeKalb County. You know, as you were hearing, 3 young men having a shootout. You know, had a disagreement, and became a shootout, and then a 3-year-old child ended up getting shot in the head as a result of all this. You know, the child wasn't even at the gas station that they were at. The child was at a stoplight, you know, near the gas station, and ended up being shot in the head. And apparently now, you know, one of the people that was involved, you know, he ended up, you know, cooperating and telling once he heard about the 3-year-old getting shot in the head. And we're not sure if the 3-year-old will survive or not, but he's in critical condition. Just downright stupid. Another act of senseless violence. You know, I always say, man, you know, these young guys, they shouldn't have guns in their possession, because I don't feel like they have the mental capacity to, you know what to do with a gun, even though they're of age to have, you know, guns and stuff like that. You know, everyone, even though you reach that age, doesn't mean you're at the mental capacity to have guns. And we all know that, you know, they're using the guns against one another. When they have disagreements, you know, it's no more fisticuffs, it's bullets flying. So, you know, very, very tragic story. Definitely, you know that they're going to keep us updated on, like, you know, what's the, you know, outcome and what happens as far as progress in this. They let this guy go because he didn't have a criminal past or anything like that. But you know, it's I'm not sure if he's the one who, you know, ended up cooperating or telling or something like that, but you know, that definitely puts him in danger as far as, you know, with the other 2 guys if he is cooperating. But at the end of the day, you know, you guys were out there having a shootout. You messed around and shot an innocent 3-year-old who was, you know, strapped in his car seat, you know, potentially, you know, on his way home or wherever, just, you know, minding their business, doing what 3-year-olds do. And just horrible, man, you know. And I hate to say it, but it's, you know, typically gonna be the usual suspects, you know. And it's sad to say, but at this point, you know, you can't really turn, you know, a blind eye to the facts. It's typically the usual suspects. You know, I mean, I've discussed it in previous videos, and you know, it just puts a bad stigma on certain hairstyles and, certain, ways that you dress and stuff like that. It's just like, and then people from the outside looking in, they'll group everyone in a box. They're not gonna see any different. They see brown, black skin, um, you know, napped up hairdos, froze, dreadlocks, and they think it's just all the same. Everyone's gonna be the same, or they just really don't know how to, approach it, or how to, see you, or perceive you, because of everything that they see on the news or see on these internet posts and stuff like that. So it's just a bad stigma that just all the way around. I really don't think there's an answer to it either. It's just the times that we're living in, honestly. Like, these guys are in their 20s. One was as young as 15, if I'm not mistaken. But they should be ashamed of themselves, really. Because eat and it, from what she was saying, I'll play it again.
On bond.
Right, that means the third suspect was granted bond here inside of court. Now we know more about the shooting itself and about that 3-year-old victim.
You have 2 counts of aggravated assault, and you have 1 count of possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony.
The charges are serious. 3 suspects, 2 under the age of 22 and 1 just a minor, all accused of shooting a 3-year-old boy.
You as well are here on case 26-000886.
20-year-old Jonathan Tate, 21-year-old Julius Hughes, and the third suspect went before a magistrate judge in DeKalb County on Tuesday. During the virtual court appearance, the state prosecutor said the shooting on North Stone Mountain Lithonia Road on Sunday stemmed from an argument between the 3 suspects and another person.
One of the defendants had a problem with somebody at the gas station, so he went and picked up the other 2, and they arrived and opened fire.
So there you have it. One of the guys had a disagreement with someone at the gas station or in the gas station. Then he went and picked up the other 2 and came back to do a shooting. No disregard for human life at all. And this is supposed to be, young men who are supposed to have futures, the ones that we're supposed to be mentoring and trying to talk to and stuff like that. You can't talk and mentor to these guys. They're not going to listen, And like I said, they have no regard for human life. They'll turn around and do you the same way. It's a shame that it's like that, but again, it's just the times that we live in, and prayers up to the 3-year-old who was shot in the head. And I'm hoping that he's able to recover and not have any long-term effects from being shot, like as far as like not being able to be a normal kid, or definitely gonna be looking for more updates, man. I was kind of going over this story and was like, man, on the fence whether I wanted to cover it or not, but gotta shed some light on all this senseless violence that's going on in the community. And maybe someone will see this and try to talk to their kids, man. Try to talk to their teens, And a lot of times these guys don't even have any type of guidance. And again, like I said, man, you try to tell them, give them some advice or try to lead them on the right path. It's in one ear and not the other. But if there's any more updates, I'm definitely going to do a reaction video and bring it to you guys. Again, another act of senseless violence, But this is Justin Paul. If you like my content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Peace.